Assalamu alaikum students. We were discussing about the Greenland, grassland. That's the prairie grassland for the class 7th. We discussed about its different topics, its vegetation. It's located in the North America, and you can see this picture. This is all about green and green grassland. Prairie is very rich in wheat production, but its upper part, that is this from the south side, it is very much hilly, where rearing of cattle is done, where there are only the animals reared there. You can see this image where you can see the wheat cultivation. Only the wheat is very much grown. Barley, other crops are also grown there, but mostly it is rich in the wheat production. Now today we will see what is this the wildlife of the prairie, the grassland. So, wildlife of the prairie. The prairie grasslands were well known for a large number of grazing animals like the bisons. You can see. I also saw you the picture of bisons, which are very common there, but in earlier. Now they are extinct. They extinct with the passage of time. So the prairie grasslands were well known for a large number of grazing animals like the bisons, which were very common earlier. Now they are extinct. At the advent of white people with their modern weapons, a great number of animal species were wiped out for meat. So we can see not only the vegetation, it is rich in vegetation, wheat farming, but also the animals were wiped out. They were vanished. They were vanished from the field because they were slaughtered for meat. The main species of animals now found are coyote, fox, snake, skunk, rabbits, prairie dogs. You can see the picture of prairie dog below. Wolves, hares, etc. The most common birds of prairie in these grasslands are bustards, hawks, owl, eagles, falcons. The reptiles such as rattlesnakes and bull snakes are also found in abundance. So we can say that the bisons, which were very much common earlier in the grassland of prairie, but they are now extinct. They are vanished from the prairie grassland. Now only the other species of animals are found in the prairie grassland. Now we will see about the people of the prairie. So the living of the people, how they live, what they eat. So the people of prairies are basically farmers. So they are farmers who cultivate the production of different crops. They, with their strenuous efforts, have converted the long stretched grassland into farmlands. With their very much effort, with their very much, they have done tremendous hard work so that the grassland can they can convert it to the farmlands also. In each farm there are small homesteads where the farmer's family and few farm workers stay to assist him. The farms are plowed and sowed with the help of powerful modern machines. As we know that America is a very rich country, very developed country, so they use more machines for the farming, for the production of wheat, for the rearing of animals, for the slaughtering of animals. So there are homesteads, we can say, where the farmer's family and few workers stay. They have the small huts. They are the small huts so that they can live there. The farmers plowed and sowed with the help of powerful modern machines. The land are plowed with the powerful machines. Wheat is the main crop in the northern prairies. As we discussed at this point earlier, The wheat is usually stored in bars called elevators. The wheat is stored in bars called elevators. They are kept in the elevators. The production of wheat is surplus to meet out the demand of food grains in US. So the wheat is very much in surplus. Surplus means very much in quantity. In which country? In USA. Therefore, a large quantity of wheat is exported to other countries of the world. They have enough wheat. They are rich in wheat. That's why they export it to the other countries also. Apart from the wheat, farmers also grow barley, rye, oats, flax, and nutritious grass like the alfalfa. Alfalfa is a nourishing fodder for cattle. They also do the production of different seeds, different crops also, but the alfalfa is a nourishing fodder for for the cattle. The southern prairies are the main cotton growing areas of the US. So Northern America is rich in the wheat. The Southern America is southern prairies. In fact, southern prairies are mainly rich in cotton growing. There the cotton areas are more. The western of the part of the prairies is hilly. The soil there is coarse, rough, and less fertile. Therefore, the land is not suitable for growing crops. So we can say the western part of the prairies is hilly, and their soil is, you can see this picture, this is the hilly part of the prairies where there is less production of crops. So there is the land is less fertile. Therefore, the land is not suitable for growing crops. Cattle rearing is the main occupation of the people there. Here in the western part of prairies, here the cattle rearing is more important, and the occupation of the people is cattle rearing. The cattle here graze in the open grassland. There the grasses are called ranches, as this topic we discussed earlier. Every ranch has a special place where cattle are dipped in, disinfected, and protect them against disease. Ranches are small places where the cattle are captive. Cattle are reared. They are being sterilized so that they can be protected from different disease. These places are called wards also. Animals are reared for meat and milk. Modern machines are used for milking the cattle. So different machines, different animals are used for meat and milk. Even the modern machines are used for getting milk from cattle. Since beef is an important part of the diet of Americans, the cows on ranches are reared for their meat. So most slaughtering industries where cows are slaughtered for meat are located in Chicago. The processed meat products are sent out of the country to the markets in Europe. So we can say that the beef is the main diet of Americans. The cows are slaughtered for beef. They have the different very much big industries are where in Chicago. They are the slaughtered machines industries where the cows are slaughtered, and the meat is not only distributed in America but also outside the America. Even they have the markets in Europe also. Dairy farming is another major industry. The dairy belt extends from the Great Lakes to the Atlantic coast in the east. So we can say whether it's beef, whether it's dairy products, whether the cattle rearing, whether the grassland, whether the production of this wheat, whether the production of barley, rye, the different crops, these are all about the prairie, the grassland. So prairie from the it is in the North America called the prairie. Grasslands are called the prairie. So they have the different vegetation. Mostly the wheat is there. They are rich. This grassland is very much rich in the this called wheat. And now we can say that sorry for the interruption. but we can say wheat is the main crop in the grassland of prairie. Bisons were there, the animals, but they don't exist in this prairie grassland. Now they have the other animals there for reared. The beef is the mostly the food of the diet of Americans. Not only beef, but uh, other meat also. This beef is exported. The wheat is exported outside the America and also distributed in the America. This was all about the prairie, the grassland of the temperate zone. Thank you.